Hi everybody, my name is Matt Haynes. I'm an audiobook narrator and I'm dedicated to acquainting myself with a new accent each month. This month is going to be Northern Ireland. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down to the bits and pieces that are helpful in getting a quick sense of the accent, and then apply those to song lyrics, which is a practice technique I highly recommend. Now, typically I would start these with a picture of the Mattoon, which is a cartoon of me and showing where the accent is living in my mouth. But first we're going to cover the basics of what are typically associated with the Irish accent. Then we'll go into specifics for Northern Ireland.
The I becoming something closer to an oi, so flies becoming floys. We have the ow sound coming closer to an oo, or also an iu, so ooh, so down will be down. Next we have the coming closer to an oo, so this unsheltered place becomes this unsheltered place. Those wonderful hard R's, so hair becomes har, those is wonderful L's. Let's see, the plane flies would become the plane flies.
The I does not become an E. That's a
classically Scottish trait.
Hey, well, guess who was wrong? As a matter of fact, it does happen in Northern Ireland, not just Scotland, but in Northern Ireland, that the I becomes an E. So if we have the lyrics from this month's song, When I Think of You, it'll become When I Think of You. Ta-da! This is a picture of me. This is the Mattoon. I normally wear glasses, and usually this is in profile, but what I wanted to illustrate was how the accent is living very, very horizontally in the back of my mouth. I call this, sort of looks like the Joker from the 1989 Batman, but if you can imagine all the way back in my jaw, right at my molars, I'm finding a very narrow and wide space, but at the same time needing to push the into an oo, so lois ben, so good. You can see me going out on ben and then good with this. So it's almost like there's a crossbow living in my mouth, out and forward. Now in this accent we have the e sound becoming an a sound. So everything becomes everything. The A sound becomes more of an E sound. So face becomes face. Again, going with the way of the crossbow, the oo sound actually goes into something closer to an E. You see how my mouth is going that way rather than oo, E. So good would be good. And then we have the famous Irish pitch, which is even bigger musicality in Northern Ireland. The way to think about it is just this beach ball that just has to float to the surface of the water, bobs up and then down just a little bit. That tends to be the things just rise up and go down, rise up and go down. So especially on the word of emphasis. That takes its own little center stage with a little arc on it. So life's been so good to me, has it been good to you? The word being you would be something closer to, life's been so good to me, has it been good to you? And it is song time. So we're going to take these principles and we're going to apply them to the lyrics of my first rock and roll musical love, Oingo Boingo, with gratitude. Life's been so good to me, has it been good to you? And has it been everything that you expected it to be? Was it as good for you as it was for me? And was it everything that it was all set up to be? Now, is that gratitude? Or is it really love? Some kind of reality that fits just like a glove? Now, is that gratitude for everything I've done? Or is it something else that's got me on the run? In the middle of a big tornado, on the tip of everyone's tongue, in the belly of a giant wheel, all the girls just want to have fun. In the look of a frightened neighbour, in a big warm bed at night, in a broken elevator, in the teeth of a dog that bites, in the riddle of a revolution, in the look of a child's face, in the silence of a dinner table, in the stillness of disgrace. But when I think of you, and what you've done to me, you took away my hope, you took away my fantasy. I once had lots of pride, the world was in my hands. I stood way at the top of castles made of sand, and I dream about you sometimes. And that was Gratitude by Oingo Boingo, or we should say Danny Elfman. I think
It was on his solo album before Oingo Boingo performed it. Fitting that Mr. Elfman, who did the score for Batman, would be a part of this model for my face.
Anyway, music was by Kevin MacLeod, who gives this stuff out royalty-free public domain. Thank you so much, Kevin. Now, Was this video accurate? Somewhat. And let's have this be the beginning of our learning archive. If you have specific comments as to where the accent could be improved, the variations on it, where it was correct, please put those below. And I will see you next month.